Good evening. My name is LaBere. Beer is a very popular worldwide beverage. It comes in many different flavors and styles. It either is mass-produced, brewed in microbrews, or you can even brew it on your own if you'd like to. Wouldn't you like to brew it on your own? Because it's very fun, and I hope after the speech I'll have some interest in some of you, and you'll take part and do it by yourself. I've tried it many times and found it to be a very fun experience, and learning from my mistakes, you can specialize in different beers and learn their process to do so. I'll explain to you what needs to be done to brew your own beer. First, I'll tell you the equipment needed, the ingredients needed, followed by the step-by-step process to a finished product of a freshly brewed beer. Okay, now I'll first off list the equipment needed to start the process. You'll need a kitchen kettle, about 3 gallons in size. You need a strainer, a funnel, a rolling pin, a thermometer, and a 3-gallon jug of water for water purposes, plus for a fermentation jug. If you don't have a fermentation jug like the one I'm holding right here, that would be perfect for you. Next, I'll talk about the ingredients needed for this process. To brew a 2.5-gallon batch of beer, you need 3 pounds of malt extract, 8 ounces crushed malt, 1 ounce pellet hops, 3/8 cup sugar, and 1 package of brewer's yeast. It's now time to begin the brewing process. From John Palmer's article, A Crash Course in Brewing on howtobrew.com's website, he states it's going to take about 3 hours to brew a beer, if you have the time for that, so you should know how long this process will take before beginning. So the first step you want to do is place your grain in a plastic baggie and crush it with a rolling pin. And don't crush it too much so it's not into a powder, just a little bit. And next, it's time to steep. And on the website, Instructables.com website, on how to make a beer, it says steeping. This is a brewing term for the process of extracting the goodness from specialty grains and crystal malt. It's basically like making the magic happen, like I said. So once you steep, you want to put 2.5 gallons of water in a kettle, add the grains, and bring it to a temperature of 155 degrees Fahrenheit. After you get there, take it off the burner, put a top on it, and let it sit for 30 minutes, and this is the term steeping. So after that, you want to remove the grains and put it back on the heat and bring the water to a boil. Once it's out of the boil, you want to add 2/3 of your malt that you have. Boil it for 60 minutes, and after 60 minutes, take it off the heat, add the rest 1/3 of your malts, and hops, I should say, and let it sit there for 10 minutes to steep with those as well. After this is done, use your strainer to get all the grains and malts out of there, and cool the wort. Wort is the unfermented beer that you have made from the beginning. So once you have this, you want to cool it. Put that in the sink with some ice water and cool it so it's cool to the touch. And after cool to the touch, you want to take the jug full of wort, put your strainer and funnel on there, and add it into your fermentation bucket. Once it's in there, you can now add the yeast. Adding the yeast, it turns the sugars into alcohol and reduces carbon dioxide. So when that is happening, you want to keep this container in a very dark place and not allow it to have any sunlight, because having sunlight on it will allow it to grow creatures and make it taste really bad towards the end. And I guess before you put it in a dark place, you want to put an airlock on there so the carbon dioxide will release and no outside air will be coming in. So let it sit for 7 to 10 days in a dark place and let it ferment. And once this is done, you want to siphon it and get it ready for bottling. But before this, it's got to be primed, and that's adding carbonation to it. Which what you do is you take 3/8 cup sugar, 1 cup water, and boil that for 5 minutes, and then cool that and mix it in with your beer. And now it's ready to bottle. After bottling, you can chill it and enjoy it. So now today I've explained to you how to brew your own beer. I've taken you through the steps, the equipment needed, the ingredients, and the step-by-step process to do that. So after this speech, I hope I gained your attention and you will one day want to do this by yourself.